Hi, friends. This is Reflections for the 26th Sunday of Ordinary Time. We're coming to the end of the Ordinary Time season, and the liturgical year will be starting in just a few weeks. So we're really getting to the end here. So I don't know about you, but when I first heard about this passage, I was a little dumbfounded. I honestly thought we literally have to do this or do that, to keep us from falling into temptation. But when we look at it deeper, what Jesus is challenging people to do is to take a darn good look of ourselves. When was the last time we all looked in front of a mirror when things weren't going our way? Maybe we've been rejected for a job opportunity. Maybe we didn't get that promotion. Maybe we hit some walls mentally, socially, whatever. What Jesus calls us to do, he calls us to look into ourselves, find out how are we falling into temptation, which eventually will lead us to sin, and we have to learn to overcome those pitfalls. C.S. Lewis said, to paraphrase a line from C.S. Lewis in Mere Christianity, he tells us that we need to grow in virtue. Our faith needs to grow. I think for a lot of us too, we do need to be challenged every so often. Whether it be academically, maybe challenged, in certain areas. You may not realize this, but our brains need to be updated every so often, right? You probably get software updates on your cell phone, your computer, your tablets, whatever you guys use these days. Likewise, this God-given computer that we have needs to be updated every so often. When was the last time you read a chapter of a book? When was the last time you did a crossword puzzle? When was the last time you read an article? When was the last time you filled yourself with good things, such as uplifting music? Maybe getting outside to exercise. Those are some of the things that would help improve the brain. And of course, your whole body and mind too, along the way. Body, mind, and spirit need to be improved every so often. One of the takeaways, friends, is we never stop growing in our faith. And Jesus wants us, one of those ways to grow is to overcome the temptation in our own lives. Are we falling into the temptation of poor eating habits? Are we tempted to gossip about someone? Are we tempted to say bad things about people? Every so often, we have to take a look at ourselves and ask ourselves why. The important question is why. Why are we jealous? And jealousy, by the way, comes up in the readings too. Or if we want to be theologically correct, it's called envy. And envy is one of the deadliest sins in our society. And let's face it, we are surrounded by envy. There is a lot of envious ambitions out there. When was the last time you ever heard someone that says, oh, you know what, I want that? Or, think like you, and like it's basically covet your neighbor's goods, so to speak. But what Christ is calling us to do is stop. Just look, don't fall into temptation. Whenever you feel like you're going to fall into temptation, friends, say a prayer. Pray to God for help. Not an easy thing to do, but it's probably the best thing to do. I can guarantee it will change your life. With God, we can overcome every obstacle in our lives. All it takes is a good self-examination. So, friends, what are some of the pitfalls in your life? How do you plan to overcome them? Even the closing line of the Our Father states it well. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. God bless.